Today I'm going to show you how I upgraded this trailer with some extra LED lights. I'm not really ready for this project yet, but I'm kind of tired of dealing with it being a little dark in here. So this is a trailer that I put together about a year or so ago. It's been working out great, but this light is just the only light in here and it's a little dark, especially when you come in from the sun into the trailer. It just not as much light as I'd like. So I bought these lights off of Amazon, pretty cheap. I don't remember how much they were, and they look like they are going to be a lot brighter, possibly. So I'm gonna try to get them rigged up today so that I have better lighting in here. I don't have the back gate completely closed, as you can see, but it's pitch black in here. And this makes a huge difference. But when you come in from the outside, it just leaves the back kind of dark. You can't really see that well. I just wish it was a little brighter. And this light's almost like a blue. So I'm hoping these new ones that I got will do a better job. The bad part is these lights did not come with a way to mount them centrally. As you can see, the screw holes are on the sides, so it would miss the strut. And you probably want it right in the middle. I think I'm gonna make little plates for these and then mount the plate up here and hook them up like that. When I initially got this trailer, I knew there were some upgrades I wanted to do, and this is one of them. So I think what I'm gonna do is use some HDPE sheeting I bought a while back for my truck box project. I have these small pieces that I took off underneath the drawers because it actually slides better without them, but they're too narrow. So I don't think I have any other pieces, so I'm gonna have to cut some out of this sheet. I love my little wood rack. So if I just cut a piece off, that's the width of these lights. I'm just gonna use a utility knife to mark that. Let's see, and we only need a little bit less than 6 inches long, so 12 inches will do us. Drive this down to it. There's our line. If I didn't have this plastic, I would probably use either a piece of thin aluminum, like roofing aluminum, flashing, or something like that, because this stuff is really expensive just to buy a sheet of it. But since I already had it, figured I might as well use it. Probably should have cut these while it was still attached, but I didn't. Okay, so we got 12 inches, mark 6 inches. Just gonna put some radiuses on the corners. Okay, so these will mount to these. So I think what I'm gonna do is mount these where I want my lights to be, and then I'll come back in and screw my lights to these once they're in place. I better get this put away before it gets all saggy from being in the sun. Thankful for a little sun in February. It's almost 60 degrees. We'll take it. I really wish this light would have been back one rung. That way it would have been more central, but it's not, so we gotta deal with that. But I think I'm gonna put one right here because I like this lit up really good because I have my screws and stuff up front here. And then I will probably put one either on the first rung or the second rung back there, so that's all lit up real well. So we got to get a central measurement here. So side to side we got 80 inches, so 40 inches. We're just gonna put a little mark right there. I'm gonna use a caliper here to scribe a center line on these pieces of plastic, so I can get them right in the center. Our pieces of plastic are about 3 inches wide, so we're gonna go 1.5 inches. So we can just set it right where we want it, and then we can just have one side of the caliper kind of hooked onto the side of the piece and just draw a line right down it. It's really handy for kind of finding the center line. Probably can't see it because there's no lights in here. Here, got a center line. Do it on both pieces. It's just an easy way to get a scribe line. Use a tape measure or something else if you needed to. Okay, so now I'm going to drill some clearance holes for my screws. The screws are going to be more in the center so that it can kind of take the radius shape a little bit of that brace, and then my light will fit over top of it without big problems. These aren't going to be perfect. These are just going to be, actually, we got a caliper. Let's make them good. So I'm going to take them about 2 inches from each side. Let's go 2 1/4. So our screws are going to go right there. There we go. So it's nice that you can lock your calipers in by turning this, and then it holds them in place so they don't move. Then we're going to drill our clearance holes. Now we're going to take our self-tapping screws. These are inch, I think. I wish I had a little bit shorter ones. I'm just going to eyeball the center of the bracket, center of my scribe line. Just going to put them right in. Oh boy. Try again. Okay. There we go. Got one in. All right, there's our plate. Now we can take the screws that came with the lights. They are tiny. And we can just lay our light right over top there, line it up, and just screw our little screws in there. Definitely don't want to over tighten these. Crack your light. There's our light. Now we just got to do a little wiring on this one and we'll be done. We'll mount the other one real quick. All right, I think if I mount it right here, this should be good right here. So I got to measure 40 inches over. A little tick mark so I know where I need to go. Take my little mounting plate. Try to center it up the best I can. There we go. Okay. Center it up on our pad. Okay. Lights are mounted. Now we just got a little wiring to do. Oh, actually they have wire behind that. That's hiding wire. I'm gonna run my wire on the outside here. This is just so it holds the wire out of the way. Now we're gonna hook into the wire, the original wire coming up there, and then we'll run, oops, losing my wire. Snake it through here, and then we'll zip tie it to the strut here. I don't like the red. Let's see if we got some black. Yes, we have some black. We're gonna use black. That way it's not so noticeable. So we're gonna pull a bunch of wire out here. Okay, so that's plenty along there. These wires are so thin, I don't like that. Now we'll get this one in here, and it's probably going to overlap the other one, so that's good. All right, let's see if we can get connection here. I'm gonna try to use one of these, I don't know what you call these, but they clamp onto the wire, and then if I can get the other one to feed all the way through, I can actually use the end of this wire to continue to the other light. But I'm gonna have to drill that. There's a stop in there. I'm gonna have to drill that out. Now I should be able to feed the wire all the way through. So we're gonna do this number. We're gonna put this one all the way through, and then we're going to clamp it on the other one so we can use the end of that wire to continue on. Hope that makes sense. Okay, that might work. See what I'm doing there? So this wire goes all the way through this connector. This is the original wire, and so if I clamp that down, it should add power to this wire. I should be able to hook onto the end of that and go that way. And that one I haven't cut or anything.
Me too. Like, why would you cut it off?
What?
Why did you cut it off?
Do you guys ever hate it when your wife is right? She just mentioned that I wouldn't have had to cut that. We just tested it. I could have just let that wire be a solid wire and tie it right in down there. Sometimes she comes out just to observe me working and then makes me look stupid, which isn't really hard. So yeah, I'm gonna run the rest of the wire over there to the other light and tie in here. I'm sure there's some reason why I did it this way. I just can't think of what it is right now. I'll run this wire in here. This is a little dangerous drilling into here because there's wires that are behind there, but I don't think it would matter even if it drilled into one a little bit. So we're gonna hook up to this wire first before we set our wire in place. Stripping it back farther so I can get more exposed wire. Okay. Just in here. We're crimping the whole thing, that way we can make sure they touch. Okay, now we can start figuring out where this is going to end up. I'm not going to tighten these down yet, just put them on here so it kind of keeps it in place. We just want this wire held out of the way so it doesn't, we don't hit it with like a tool or something. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we just hook these two together and we should be good. Leave a little bit of slack. Okay. I'm gonna take a zip tie and zip tie everything here. Tighten everything up right here. There we go. Keeps everything snug. Not the prettiest, but effective. Okay, now we just gotta put our grounds on. So I'm going to strip this back a little bit more, and I'm just gonna put these little terminal ends on there. All right, and then we're just gonna find a spot here. These have a switch so you can determine if you want them on or not. Lucky there. One done, one to go. Okay. There we go. Now that we got things where we want them, we'll tighten these up a little bit. All right, got some extra light in here. I'll shut the doors here in a minute. Yeah, we just used that connector to come off of the main line and then ran 2 lines both directions from there. All right, we're gonna test this. All right, got the same light coming through back there. Lights on. Oh yeah, it's a lot more even light. I wish it wasn't that bluish color, but that's probably what you get with DC lighting. I'm so glad I had this black plastic around to make a mount for those lights. Pretty sweet. Anyway, you could use something else if you didn't have that. That's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.